We're sitting down, taking a few minutes to talk to Indiana Governor Mike Braun, his final, in one of the final interviews of 2025. So, Governor, how you been?
Been good. Been good. It's the job is always keeping you engaged. You start early and end late, and I look at all that we've done since we got sworn in, and reorganizing state government was, I think, the biggest overlooked benefit that many others wanted to do. And you got to remember, 60, 70 agencies sprawling. There was no structure, to get good ideas from the ground up, whether it comes from constituents or employees. And we've now got it because the secretaries that run these policy cabinets have been amazing and playing out across the board. Education, which is the most important thing we do in state government. Most states are looking at us in terms of what we've done in this year and some of the stuff that we were doing, from Katie's enterprising.
Katie Jenner, the Secretary of Education.
Yep. So you look at raising base teacher pay by $5,000. Look at the iRead scores going up by the biggest percentage increase ever. Look to where we got all our post-secondary public schools now freezing tuition and mandatory fees, just like Purdue had done. I mean, those are measurable, and we've done most of that because we've been enterprising in terms of how we've been managing state government.
You think some of that has gotten overlooked because of some of the controversies we had this year, property taxes, redistricting?
Yes, it's. I think when you look at what we've had to deal with, it was property taxes, the main campaign issue, and got Senate Bill 1, which then got proceeded to be eviscerated, so we had to then build it back. I'm thinking it was probably pretty close to where we would have ended up taking what we wanted to do, because you can see the Senate, was just not interested in doing anything beyond what we got. It took 3 months and got rebuilt in the House, and even though some people wanted more, it passed by 2 votes, and most of the lingering complaints have not been from the ones that wanted more, and be from the Republicans that run local governments that now finally are going to be held to account. So, and the fact that phasing in over 5 years, which we couldn't have done cash flow wise otherwise, 66% of all homes will be exempted from property taxes. So a lot done, but again, it was Senate Bill 1 that they hollowed out, that we built back, and then you look at other issues, redistricting that came from afar, and I think the Senate will have to explain why it was different from any other state that's done it so far, and where they went against the House, the governor, the lieutenant governor, the congressional delegation, and 80% of Republicans and conservatives in the state. So that'll be for them to deal with the consequences, if any, from it.
One thing about the redistricting vote was that a lot of senators told me that they just heard from their constituents, not from polling or Turning Point USA. They heard from their constituents saying their constituents didn't think it was the right thing to do.
Your constituents are everybody that you serve, and in this case, it would have been 40% of them would be Democrats in this state, and if you were here in Marion County, that was 60%. So Republicans clearly, and conservatives, a large majority for it. So when you say constituents, remember the loudest voices against redistricting were Democrats and independents, not Republicans. And Republicans generally are not protesting on the street. I think they've always been called the silent majority.
We're talking to Governor Mike Braun, end of the year interview conversation. Looking forward to 2026, what is on the Braun agenda?
So more of what we've done to date. So we'll keep running state government better. Remember, we got hit with that out of the blue austere budget forecast based upon tariffs that were a national issue, didn't necessarily filter down to your state economy, some impact from it. but the market's pretty well discounted them, and our cash flow, due to the fact that we were immediately running things more efficiently, has been super. So we'll be in good shape once we get a clearance on whatever the December forecast is. And
But you'll get probably in January, I think, is what the...
Yeah, it's coming soon. So that'll be interesting to see what it says. But